Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, and today I'm going to talk about something that's really important that we all kind of generally want but don't really understand, and that is how to create good vibes. So thank you for joining me today. I'm so excited that you're here. So let's start out with what exactly is good vibes. It's an expression that people understand. I've used it around the world. When you put it out there, people understand, but let's really break it down. What it means is that it's where we're actually acknowledging that we are vibrational beings, that we are energy vortices. We have with this frequency and this experience of energy that is not only in our bodies, it reflects what's coming to us, what we're putting out, the combination. And when that vibrational energy, vibrational energy, is congruent and it's harmonious and it's positive in that it supports who you authentically are, you feel good. And when you feel good, your own energy that's radiating outward feels good to other people. And human beings are resonant. When we affect one another, there's a great experiment where if you put one pendulum swinging and you put another one next to it, in no time they're swinging together. And that's how human beings are. We swing together. So in swinging together, we put out this energy that either will take us up or pull us down. That will either amplify our good feelings and give us energy, or will drain us. And so understanding that we are vibrational beings, that we are energetic beings that affect one another, and understanding that in our vibration and the way that it goes out, we actually are communicating with the world and the world is communicating with us, and that we can actually control the conversation, direct the conversation, choose the conversation energetically to be uplifting and positive is super empowering. So how do we do that? Well, the first thing is to take a look at an experience of your own energy. So I'm going to walk you through that right now. I want you to take a look around the room. I want you to notice where you are. I want you to have maybe one or two things you point out. I always think to say, pick three separate things. Maybe something soft, something smooth, something living. Like soft is my fabric, smooth might be, like the texture of the dresser, something living, the live plant. And when you put that out, what you're doing is you're bringing your awareness to the body and to energy. You're starting to notice, because do you know what? When you're in your head, you actually can't feel a thing. The brain doesn't feel, has no sensory feeling. So it's when you get in your body that you can actually begin to check in with my vibes. Then I want you to take a breath in through the nose very slowly and exhale like you're blowing out candles. And that calms your brain. When you breathe in slowly and you exhale like that, you empty yourself of the things that numb you out. Then I want you to think about and name out loud things you love. Doesn't mean you have to have them right now. It doesn't have to make sense. You can say, I love ice cream. I love sleeping in late. I love a good pillow. I love brand new shoes. I love being in nature. I love giving my kids a hug. I love a beautiful dinner. I love candles. I love aromatherapy. I love good coffee. I love fresh fruit when it just comes off the trees. I love the smells of lavender and orange. I love citrus. I love iced tea. And the sound of your own voice naming what you love opens your throat chakra and your heart chakra, and you start to generate the experience that creates good vibes, which is love. So you don't even have to be experiencing these things, just calling them out and recognizing them connects you to that feeling of love. So that's a tremendous and positive way for you to start generating good vibes. What causes so many people to be in bad vibes is that they're constantly internally in a dialogue of I hate. I hate my job, I hate my weather, I hate my partner, I hate my butt, I hate my hair, I hate my finances, I hate my relationships, and that is just like death to good energy. You can be preoccupied with this kind of energy and you don't even know it. So the antidote is I love. And the more you say it, and then you take it to the world, people congregate together, the conversations usually deteriorate to the lowest common denominator. People start complaining and they want to recruit you to the complaint festival. And that's another huge energy drain. So you belong in the moment to the conversation, but it's a very expensive one because it just takes your life force and drains you completely. And you have a delayed reaction. You know, you might be in the what I call the bitch fest or the complaint festival in the moment and get really energized about it. And you know, whether it be politics or family or finances or your job or relationships or whatever, when you recruit other people or are recruited to a conversation that is very negative like that, it's like kryptonite to your spirit. It's so expensive to your energy. It drains you, it demoralizes you, it robs you of your creativity, it puts out a toxic energy, it makes you repellent. And so know that. So you can preempt it by going into a conversation with a good, kind of a good line of offense, which is, hey, I just had this experience and I just loved it. What do you love? What do you love? Let's talk about what we love. What would you love to do this summer? What would you love? And if people say, well, I don't want to talk about it, I can't say, no, but if you could, what would you love? What do you love? And that takes the conversation up the spiral to a higher vibration. And if you're persistent, because you will be met with a little resistance, because very few conversations are occurring at this level of I love, what do you love? And inviting people to change the channel of their focus from their negative ego head, which is always looking for problems, to your energetic open heart, which is always looking for connection to what feels good. So that's another strategy to create good vibes. The other way to create good vibes is so basic, I just can't even tell you, and that is to go to bed early. Now, a lot of people right now are really suffering from anxiety and insomnia and sleep deprivation. It's pretty epidemic. But one of the reasons why this is happening is people are going to bed too late and they're staying on their phones and screens too long. So decide on a bedtime like 10 p.m. Of course, if you have, if it's really not possible, just be realistic and be honest. What's your motivation? Are you motivated to have good vibes, to feel good vibes? Then you got to do something different if you're not in good vibes now. But I suggest an experiment of going to bed early and at the same time and completely unplugging from everything. And make it earlier than you go to bed, like make it 10 o'clock, no matter what. And if you're going to lie awake, in the bed, I want you to close your eyes, look upward in your imagination, kind of up in your mental screen, and begin to contemplate what you love. What would be wonderful? What would be, and just kind of name them. It's like counting sheep. I call it counting good vibes. That really makes a difference. The other thing that'll make a difference in creating good vibes is to slow down. Slow down, because when we're in a rush and we're in a hurry, we breathe shallowly and we go into fight or flight. And fight or flight is not good vibes. It's survival, and it's suspicious and reactive, and it sees everything as a potential threat. Slow down your breathing. Slow down your life. Slow down. Take a breath. And that's something to remind yourself to do, because it feels so good. Let's do it right now. Breathe in. Close your eyes. Breathe in. It creates good vibes. Breath is life force. Breath is spirit. When you take a breath, you feel better. Your fight or flight, freak out brain gets life force. It gets support. Your anxiety gets reassurance when you take that breath, when you slow down. So that's another super important choice to make. So we don't want to, I don't want to pile it on because that's just like too many things to do, but I want to just remind you, name what you love, slow down, talk about what you love, breathe, go to sleep earlier. And then the other thing to do that will really, really, really change your life to good vibes and start bringing you a lot of blessings in no time. And this is a stretch, but it'll be fun. Say thank you or I'm grateful 100 times a day. To everyone, to life, to everything. Thank you, I'm grateful. When you open your eyes, thank you, I'm grateful I opened my eyes. Thank you, I'm grateful I can breathe. If someone does anything for you, even give you criticism that is hard to take, say thank you, I'm grateful for the feedback, I'll consider it. Thank you for being interested. Thank you for helping me. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for being in my life. Thank you for taking my call. Thank you for answering my question. Thank you for listening to me 100 times a day. So can you imagine, like, how do I keep track of that? Well, you notice. But as an experiment, I invite you to do that for 7 days and see how good the vibes are and how much good is coming back to you. Because every one of these things will bring you a pretty immediate result. It will change your life. It'll go from fight, flight, freeze, freak out to pleasantly and surprisingly pretty good. Good things will happen. It become good vibes is a magnet for enriching your life. Good vibes is a magnet for good things to come. So these are simple tools and choices. But I want you to watch. Don't say I hate and don't engage in those conversations. Change the conversation. Say, well, what do you love? People will be surprised, believe me. It's not a habit. It's not something, and people might be caught off guard and not even know what to say. But if you persist with humor and joy, then you become what I call a good earth fairy, the good vibes fairy. And when you start bringing that kind of energy to people, they start sending it back to you. And you will all of a sudden start feeling energized. Thank you for listening to this. I hope it helps. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do, because I put a whole lot of good energy out there on a regular basis, and it'll just make your life a little easier, a little more pleasant. And if you want to know a little bit more about things that bring you good vibes, I have written tons and tons of books, but one in particular that might be really nice for you is called Vitamins for the Soul. It's a teeny tiny little gift book. It's just a little book you can put in your pocket. You can put in your purse, you can leave on your desk, but you just open it up. Good vibes. Vitamins for the Soul. Okay, everybody, love you tons, love you lots, and I will be back again soon. Bye-bye.